graduating in 2 weeks, so if you'll allow me, I'd like to take a little trip down memory lane, back to 2017. I enrolled in a travel learning course with Dr. Nancy Comroe entitled Replacing Great Britain. In the classroom, we read books by British authors of color who either came from or had family who came from previously colonized parts of the British Empire. Then, for the travel component, we spent 2 weeks traveling around London, Liverpool, and Manchester, exploring specifically different museums in those cities and how they told these post-colonial narratives to both British citizens and tourists like myself. As you can see, I had a great time exploring these exhibits and sneaking into ones where I shouldn't have been. Whoops. So when I got back on campus and Dr. Comroe asked me if I would like to be a part of an interdisciplinary art exhibit about food and immigration at our very own Ross Art Museum, my immediate response was, I would love to, but I know nothing about art. Thankfully, Erin Fletcher, director of the Ross Art Museum, said something that quickly set Dr. Comroe and I's minds at ease. She said, an art exhibit is like a paper. You come up with a thesis statement, and then every piece of art that you choose backs up that thesis statement and proves it in some capacity. It's like drafting an essay. And I said, great. I know all about drafting essays. I just spent 4 painstakingly long years of my life drafting essays, and you can read all about it in my senior English portfolio if you'd like to. But regardless, what exactly did we want our thesis statement for this exhibit to be? We wanted to build off of themes of movement and migration we've been touching on in Replacing Great Britain, but we also wanted to tie in themes of labor, because so often the first job an immigrant gets in a new community is in food production, and community, because food can be a unifying source that brings people together in an unfamiliar place. So with that in mind, we'd make our thesis statement, through using art of food, we'll show how food is a cultural force that creates, dissolves, and reforms communities as migrants both preserve and lose the taste of home. Now, as much as I would like to explain to you how all 32 pieces of art that made it into the exhibit fit this thesis statement, I only have 3 minutes and counting, so I'm just going to use Hassan Elahi's Altitude V2.5.1, which is the first piece of art we used to start the exhibit. Elahi is a photographer, and this is a collage made of different meals served on international flights. How can it fit into our thesis statement other than the fact that it's obviously pictures of food? What you don't realize is that this work is actually a large vinyl sticker. Whenever a gallery contacts Elahi and they want to use it in some way, he needs to know the dimensions of the wall where they want to hang it so he can reformat the piece and recreate it so it fits in a new space. This is perfect structurally for us that imitates the immigrant experience, because as somebody moves to a new place, they have to learn as much about it and retain their own authenticity, yet fit in to this new community. They have to reformat themselves in some way. So with that in mind, the next time you're at an art exhibit and you're feeling really overwhelmed because you, like me, and think you don't know anything about art, just ask yourself, what's the thesis statement here? How does each piece of art in this gallery prove the thesis statement and create a clear narrative? Is it cohesive or not? Hopefully you'll find that building a museum isn't as hard as you originally thought it was. Sometimes it's as easy as drafting an essay. Thank you.